Welcome back to Mark the Therapist episode 2. Today we have a lovely new customer that I've never given therapy to before. Would you please introduce yourself, Jotaro?
My name is Joseph.
Nice to meet you, Joestar. Now, would you please tell us what it is right now that you are dealing with and that you have come to the beautiful sanctum of Mark the Therapist for advice on?
Over so many years, I've made so much sushi. It's been a passion of mine. But recently, I've realized that I've been murdering helpless fish. And I don't know what to do.
How can you murder fish? They're not alive.
They are before I kill them.
They're fungi.
How is this helping?
Well, okay, listen. I just want to reassure you that fish are single-celled organisms. They don't have feelings. They can't even breathe. Like, how do you have feelings if you can breathe? Now, I have had a customer beforehand who has tried not breathing for years on end. And, well, he turned out great. But, I mean, he turned out fine.
So what, you're saying not to breathe for the rest of my life?
No. What I'm saying is, fish aren't like people, you know? People, they're plants, but like, you know, plants have more feelings than fish do. Plants are like, you know how they grow and you know how they like change moods sometimes, like their leaves turn reds when they're about to mate? Like, yeah, I mean, most of it happens under the ground, but I have what they call tremor sense. I can feel the movement of the earth as I bond with it. Plants doing it is something else. So, you see, fish don't feel pain because they don't have organs. They're essentially vampires. You know how vampires, they can only be killed with the piece of wood? Well, you've killed plenty of fish, right? What do you use for that?
I use my butcher's knife and I hang them out to dry.
No, you use wood. You use wood to kill fish because they're vampires. Or crosses. Is your knife in the shape of a crucifix?
Some of them.
Okay. Well, then that's perfect. Well, how about we bring out an actual fish for you to be given therapy by exposure on. Can someone from our live studio audience from the Bronx please be a fish? Okay, welcome back to Mark the Therapist episode 2, where right now we are going to give our good friend Josephine some first-hand experience with fish to prove that fish are actually fungi that don't have any organs at all by giving them a dissection, which should be very easy because all they have is scales and gills. Now we've got our fish over here who's about to get dropped down. Special thanks to our amazing volunteer from our live studio audience from the Bronx for volunteering to become a fish for this short little trial. We've had him bitten by a vampire, and now he's a fish. So, Joe, how do you feel in the presence of a fish right now?
Very antsy and scared, if I'm being honest with you.
Okay, well, we'll put this one out of his misery for now, because we've got to show you that they are nothing to be antsy and afraid of. So, will somebody in our studio audience pass me my scalpel? Okay. Don't worry, fish. I already signed your waiver form. Welcome back to Mark the Therapist episode 2. Now, as we've already seen, we've dealt with the slightly less subtle bits of the inspection of the fish, and now we are going to go through the in-depth analysis of the fish's body. Now, our good friend Giuseppe here is going to view as we go through its innards. Now, I might know a little bit about fish, which I'm going to spread about right around now. For example, because fish are vampires, they're actually allergic to running water, which they cannot have touch their bodies. Otherwise, their skin will burn, which produces the scale-like, whatever they're called, that exist around them. Now, let's see. If we open up in here, okay, well, there's a heart. And, okay, so I may be wrong about the no organs. Well, are they really organs, though? They're more of like demi-organs, right? Welcome back to Mark the Therapist episode 2. We've had some slight setbacks due to our fish and his energy. However, now that all is said and done, we would like to ask our very own patient, Josiah, what his opinion is on fish now.
Now that I've seen this, it's not too bad. I don't think I want to use them for my sushi anymore.
Well, then, that is awfully a shame that I had to go through all of that dealing with undead and putting the stake through the heart and lighting a crucifix doused in holy water on fire using alchemy and digging them in a graveyard 10,000 miles away in a land called Suburbia. It's a place very close to what used to be the place where Dracula lived, but is no longer in that place because he got exiled because his landlord was like, no, you can't live in this place anymore. In any case, it was a long cutscene. Now, what are you intending to do now that you've seen the true light of the undeath of fish?
I don't know.
Have you considered using an alternative to fish? Something that doesn't have emotions, like animals?
No, not really. I was thinking something along the lines of plants.
Oh, plants. Well, there are plenty of plants that would make a very good sushi. Coconuts, zebras, cream cheese, etc. But what plants are you specifically interested in?
Maybe cucumbers and zucchini? Who cares?
Those are viruses.
Like
Like Ebola. They go into your digestive system and then they force these nutrients into your system that overloads them with energy and makes your body work.
Should I go to a doctor then?
Well, I would consider doctors to be a very healthy alternative to fish in your sushi. But if you are truly insisted on using vegetables, I would suppose that is a good idea.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna go now.
Wait, the payment, the money! No, don't, I need your money! And so, you know that we've learned about fish today. We felt inside a fish and it felt great. And so, you know that fish, actually, you're vampires. But now that the show is done, I will not get sued.